Hi, I'm sorry for the Batman intro. I just decided I wanted to have a more superhero theme. And they didn't do like an Avengers intro, so I decided the closest thing is Batman. So, hi, welcome to my Avengers Endgame review. I'm going to be reviewing Avengers Endgame the movie, so spoilers, and the Avengers Endgame Fortnite mode. So let's get into it. So let's start off with the movie, because I don't know, I might do a separate video for Avengers Endgame. But in the movie, I thought the movie was really good, but it wasn't as good as I expected. So, where do I start? What was the beginning? The beginning was them going and... oh, spoilers. Okay, spoilers. Click off of the video if you do not want Avengers Endgame spoilers, okay? Thank you. Because I do not want to get blamed for your movie being spoiled. So it began with the 3 months after the snap, which I felt was fitting. And then they went off to kill Thanos. So they went and they were like... So they went to Thanos and they were like, why did you do that? Why did you use the stones again? Why did you kill our friends? And also Captain Marvel's there. She kind of just felt there. She didn't really feel necessary in it. She just kind of... sorry for my bot building as well. But she just felt like she was there. She didn't feel like she needed to be there. But I was quite fine with her being there. That I have nothing against her being there. She just didn't feel like she needed to be there. And then they are like speaking to him, and they're like, why'd you use the stones? And he was like, I used the stones to destroy the stones. It nearly killed me. I got a really big Two-Face vibe from Batman, like where he gets his face burnt, and I really got a vibe of that in that. So that was cool. And then Thor, so that he's already quite beat up, and Nebula's talking to him, and then Thor goes for the head, and then he goes, and then they ask him why he did that, and he goes, I went for the head. I didn't know how I felt about that. It felt okay, but I kind of wanted maybe them to take Thanos back and keep him captured and then him break out. I felt like that would have been more of a better plot point. Or have the Infinity Gauntlet storyline where Nebula goes crazy once she gets the Infinity Gauntlet, which I would have liked to have come a bit later. But it was, I was quite fine with how it happened. He just dies. I was fine with that. And then we get the 5 years later, which is one thing I have to say really messes up the entirety of the MCU going forward. Because what we've gotten, well, the information that we've gotten, everything takes place canon with what's happening in our lives. Well, not exactly what's happening, but the years. So when Iron Man came out, it was 2008 in his world, in their world, and it was 2008 in our world. But now every movie is 5 years apart from us. So Spider-Man is going to be in 2023, unless it happens before Avengers and Avengers Infinity War does, which could make sense, but it also couldn't make it wouldn't make sense at the same time. And so we have that meeting. Okay, so can we just talk about Captain Marvel's haircut, please? I get that we're going for more of a comic book look, but still, Brie Larson did not fit that haircut in my opinion. I felt like it was fitting for Captain Marvel to have that haircut, but I just, in my personal opinion, didn't really feel like she fitted that hair. The actress fitted that haircut. But then they also very much implemented a lot of comedy into this film, and I wasn't sure why they did that. because I felt like a bit of comedy was fine, but when you have so much overwhelming comedy, it kind of becomes a comedy. And I know that the Russos are known for directing TV shows. Well, they directed TV shows first. But it did feel a bit... I said this with my dad, who I went to see the film with. It did feel a little bit like a TV show, in my opinion. Maybe that's just my opinion, though. I still think the movie was really good. And then we get Tony Stark with a daughter. First I thought it was supposed to be a rocket, or he lived on like a farm, or they were camping or something. And then this girl came out. And I don't like Tony Stark having a daughter, for one reason. I feel like everybody's having daughters in the MCU. I mean, Hawkeye's closest with his daughter, Ant-Man's got a daughter. Everyone's kind of got more daughters than they do sons, so like... I know they're trying to go a bit more like balanced with girls and boys, but don't forget about the boy superheroes as well, please, Marvel. But like also include a good amount of girl superheroes as well. So once that all happens, and then we also get, and then they basically go to Tony and speak to him about the stone, about time travel, because Scott Lang shows up, and once he shows up, they're kind of like, yeah, we need something, and then he's like, well, there's time travel, we can do that. So then once they go to see Tony, he says, no, I can't risk what I have. They go to Bruce Banner. Professor Hulk, no. Marvel, no, just no, okay, no. I felt like with with Bruce Banner being Bruce Banner, and with Hulk being Hulk, it kind of removed the difference which everyone's so used to. Like, they're different, but they have to deal with each other. Now, Hulk can wear clothes, and he also now isn't as restless. He almost feels like he doesn't want to do it. He feels a bit more held back, like, I'll smash a car, but I don't want to smash this car anymore. But before, with Hulk, he would be more like, fine, I'll smash this car, and he'll smash the car, and he'll start smashing things, which I preferred. And then we have the kind of, Tony remembers Pete, well, he doesn't forget Peter, but he sees the picture of Peter and him together and kind of think, I'm gonna make this, and then sort of, and then they start have him and his daughter, Tony goes, and then his daughter goes, and then he's like, no, you can't say that, and then they both start going S word, S word, S word to each other. And once everybody, oh, as well as I did that effect, I wasn't swearing. Yeah, okay, I didn't swear, I just went, Tony went, goes, and his daughter goes, well, that makes sense, just to clarify. So then he goes to the Avengers in his Audi, Marvel, clearly sponsored by Audi or something, and he gives them the bracelets, and then they decide to go back in time and do all of that. I'm kind of just going through the plot points that I remember, not all the more forgettable stuff that almost happens. So if I forget something, like I know in the beginning there was Hawkeye's family, which obviously made Hawkeye really broke. So Black Widow goes to Tokyo to find Hawkeye, and once she finds Hawkeye, Hawkeye's obviously become Roman, a serial killer, and then they go back to the thing, and they know that, like, almost, we don't know what, they didn't know what could happen in the quantum realm. So Hawkeye's like, I'm a serial killer, I need to go, I feel bad about what I'm doing, I'm meant to be a good guy, not a bad guy. So he goes and sees his family and has that little interaction, but then he's like, and then they're all like, yeah, it's fine to go. So then they all go, and then we have the Hulk scene, and then we have Loki escape with the Tesseract. I feel like that maybe ruins the MCU a little. I'm not an MCU genius. I've never seen the Avengers. If that offends anyone, I have seen a lot of movies, MCU movies. I just haven't seen them all. And the Avengers one. I've seen every Avengers movie except the Avengers. That makes you feel better about me. Please don't leave a dislike because of that. But once almost that happens, so then we go to Warmy, and we have the whole bit where Red Skull comes, I am the guardian of the stone. You must murder somebody you love, and then you can get the stone. And he does that a little bit. And Clint goes straight for they have the little, what do we do? Oh my god, let's just sit down and put our hands in our faces and have a little party, hey? And then they start talking, and then Clint goes for the run. And then Natasha stops him, and then she electrocutes him, and then she tries to go, and then he tries to go. He jumps. Natasha stops him with this rope, and then she comes down the rope, falls. Clint grabs her hand. She's like, you have a family to get back to. You need to go to them. So then he lets her go, I think. Or did she fall? She slipped and she dies. And I cry. She was the first death that was actually I cared about, because we all knew that Thanos was going to come back in some shape or form. So that was a very sad moment. I'm still really scarred by that, if that's the correct way to say it. I'm very sad still that Black Widow is dead, and I really hope they find somewhere to bring Gamora and Black Widow. And I feel like that's possibly going to be maybe a plot point in Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe trying to get the original Gamora. Didn't talk about how he changed. We got a Beast Thor, as I'm going to call him, or Beer Belly Thor. Alcoholic Thor exists now. So Thor's still very scarred about the events, even though he's fine. And he's got playing Fortnite. It's very unrealistic. It's 5 years in the future. Why is Celtic Spring still there? And why is anybody using the bright bomber? I think I'm gonna have to add a new gameplay clip, just because we are not done. I think I need another clip of this just to get to keep going, just say my thoughts. So yeah, we have that, and I didn't really like it. I felt like it was more for comedic relief, but I felt like we could have had other characters for comedic relief. I didn't really feel like it made sense why Thor became an alcoholic, and I wonder how Thor feels about being a fish. I'd quite like to know how he felt about that, but that's beside the point. So then that happens, and yeah, my recording's about to end. I didn't expect it to go on this long. This is going to be my longest video ever. So that happens, and then they're so I feel like that should be a plot point. Okay. I didn't know that was even a thing. Batman Arkham Knight. Play it. I'm using SHAREfactory. Yeah. Okay, right. So now I need to get a new recording in a second. So, where was I? Yeah, so I feel like that would be the plot point for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So, now that that's all happened, and we're all emotional and stuff, Nebula and War Machine, I don't know if it's the other way around actually. It might have been the other way around, but they go for the Power Stone. Nebula burns her arm off, and then the other Nebula is connected to the system, and then they're yeah, and then Thanos stops Nebula from going back to the thing from a misinterpretation. Now, from what I got, I feel like the reason that Nebula was doing this was so she could earn Thanos' affection. So then they get everything, and she gets the bracelet, and then she goes back. And now the Avengers lose the Tesseract. Right, I'm gonna have to stop this recording. I'll be back on the recording in a second because my friend decided he would call me while I am leaving my thoughts on the Avengers movie. Hello, my friend. How do you feel about the Avengers movie?
I hated it.
Okay, he hated it.
I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I agree. I'm at the point where Nebula gets electrocuted and like Thanos does his stuff with her. Why do you feel like Nebula did that? I felt like it was so she could get the affection of Thanos that she never got.
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know much, do you?
No.
So, back to my point. So, she goes back and she opens the portal and... Can you stop inviting me, please?
Huh?
Can you stop inviting me? I'm trying to make a video. A very professional video. And people are hearing this. I'll leave this dude's YouTube channel and link in the description if you want to see his annoying content. But once she brings Thanos through, and Thanos brings the Shatari, and the Avengers happened in 2012. So it makes no sense how the Shatari are still around and weren't in Infinity War. Kinda just felt like Crimes of Grindelwald. Hey, remember the Shatari from the first film? Well, here they are again in this fourth film. Yay! Cameos. That's how it felt to me, at least. So, while that's all happening, actually before this is all happening, Tony Stark meets his dad and they converse, and yeah, cameos from Stan Lee. Stan Lee gets his cameo before he meets his dad, and they get the Tesseract. Somehow Howard doesn't see the Tesseract go missing. I don't know how that happens, but yeah. So they go, and we're just gonna skip that bit because that was a bit boring. Basically, Steve Rogers stares at Peggy Carter through a window like a stalker, and then steals Pym particles. That happens, and then they all end up back, and and then Thanos comes through with his yay cameos and his Black Order, which makes sense. And then
What do you mean like a stalker, by the way?
he stares at her through a window. Okay, so you're telling me that if my one true love stares at me through a window, and I don't know they're staring at me through a window, that ain't stalkerish?
I mean, no, not really.
You have completely different views to me, and most of the world probably do. But my views is that that's a bit scary, and I would be petrified and slap him. So, yeah, they come back, and the Yay cameo guys, the Outriders, who now are just, like, aliens from Alien, and also the Black Order are there. And then Beast Thor, who still exists, yes, Captain America, and Iron Man go fight Thanos. And either Thanos is ridiculously overpowered, or Thanos is the Hulk, and John Cena, and The Rock combined, and that's who he is, because there is no way he just miraculously beats a god of thunder who nearly killed him and then killed him, and he also beats Tony Stark, Iron Man, and then also beats the super soldier himself, Captain America. No way, that makes no sense. So Thor, no, not Thor, oh my god, Thanos, the purple guy, the knocks out chin, like beats them all, and then like Captain America tries again, and then he falls, and it's oh my god, and then Steve Rogers, look to your left, and then there it is. Everybody starts screaming, crying, clapping He's there, the Black Panther and his family. And I just felt this like thing just came in my stomach and just leapt out, and it was amazing. It felt amazing just seeing everybody there. So then once that all happens, everybody else is hit, and then the Spider-Man, and he gives them a hug. But then we have the Infinity Gauntlet, which we didn't talk about, the new Infinity Gauntlet, and Hulk did not try to reverse the snap. Whenever I say snap, that's what's gonna happen. He tried to bring back Natasha, but the Infinity Stones were like, nah, you ain't bringing someone you sacrificed back, so we ain't gonna bring back Natasha. So yeah, we get depressed because Natasha is not gonna come back until we get some super cool plot point where a voodoo goddess is like, yeah, I'll bring back Natasha, and like everybody dances. So that will be good when that happens, but that hasn't happened so far. Okay, that's clear. Good. So then once that all happens, they all fight, and like and then the Infinity Gauntlet gets played with like hot potato. So it starts off with it starts off with Captain America. He's like, yeah, I'm running, and then Steve, give it to me. It's Black Panther. He runs with it. Pew 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 pew. Spider-Man like, yeah, and then Valkyrie just comes in with her horse and like, yeah, and he's like, hi, and then he falls, and then Captain Marvel's like, yeah, I think you have something for me. And then he's like, how are you gonna get through them? You're alone. And then all the girls are like, no, she's not alone. And all the girls are there, and it didn't feel good. It felt forced. Like, yeah, we have so many girls in the MCU. Yeah, in Infinity War, it didn't feel forced. It just felt natural. In this, it's like, yeah, we have girls in the MCU. Yeah, let's go fight, fight, fight. And then Thanos and Captain Marvel just got like, pew, 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 pew. And then Thanos just goes like, I'm done with you. Picks up the stone and just goes, pew, wah! So it does the most powerful person. Yeah, she just falls into the ocean, never to be heard from again. Literally, never to be heard from again until the end. And then everybody fights him, and then Spider-Man and Tony give him a hug, and then Thanos gets beaten up, and then the Infinity Stones are magic, and they can just sink through each gauntlet, and not Iron Man has 2 gauntlets. Yeah, Iron Man has everything, okay? Just accept it. He has everything. You know how Queen Whatever I Wanna Be in the Lego movie said Batman can have everything? Well, 50% of everything. Then she went up to Tony Stark, and she went, yo, you can have everything. So he gets everything. And they're all now fighting like, pew, 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 pew. And then everybody fights, and then what happens? I kind of forgot what happens. Oh, and then Tony goes, snap. And everybody who works for Thanos just disappears. Everybody dies. But I didn't tell you guys about the scene with Scarlet Witch, where she kind of has her accent, kind of doesn't have her accent, and she goes, you took everything from me, and then she starts firing stuff, and pew, 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 and then rocks start flying, and Thanos is just like, I don't even know you, who are you? And then she's like, yeah, you will. And then pew, 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 and then everybody dies. And then yeah, Thanos becomes dust, and Tony starts dying, and everybody cries then. And then we kind of like all cry, and then we get this another scene, and there's Captain America, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take back all these stones. But in the back of his head is like, I'm gonna go Peggy Carter, I'm gonna live my life, and I'm just gonna forget I'm a super strong guy, and I'm just gonna ditch the rest of the world. So once that happens, everybody's kind of a bit like, so he's gonna be back. He doesn't come back. I honestly thought that was just gonna be the end, but no, it was not the end. He's there, park bench. Bucky knows him. He tells Falcon to go, and he gives Falcon the shield. So now we have like Falcon America. But then what happens when Falcon America does? Do we get like Bucky America, and then do we get like Adam Warlock America, and then we get Proxima Midnight coming back. But yeah, I'm from the Midnight, and then she becomes America. It's, yeah, anything can happen, really. Anything. It's literally Black Widow got emails from a raccoon. So then we have Tony Stark's funeral. We all cried when we saw Steve Rogers as an old man, just like, why? Then we see then we see the music and the dancing. Then we have Tony Stark's funeral, and Captain America and Nick Fury are there. So Captain America's like, yeah, I'm here. I knew Tony for like 5 seconds, 5 minutes, make it. Saved him. I've known him for years. So then there's that other kid, and nobody knows who that kid is. And then suddenly it's like, yeah, that's that kid from the garage. You know, I haven't seen any of the Iron Man movies, so I just know that that kid lived in Tony Stark's garage for a while. Or garage? It's garage. I'm not American, I'm English. We say words aggressively. Garage. So yeah, well, that's how the movie went. I would give it an A- or a B+. Oh, and then we got those noises like pew pew, choo choo, choo choo, boo choo, yeah, orange justice on it, yeah. And we also got like the signatures of everything, and then the movie ended. So it was a good film. We got Lego sets, and we got a like a Fortnite thing. So I'm happy with it. I have to say with that, thanks for watching, and toodaloo from me. Whatever my channel's name is, because I change it too often. Toodles!